Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back in the Formula 4, this time at Virginia International Raceway, and what a combo this is. I normally get a little bit bored when I'm putting all these laps together, but I enjoyed every single corner. I drove around here in this. If you're new to my channel, we do a hot lap, a breakdown lap, and then we're back in the cockpit a final time with the driving line on. Let's get started. Okay, let's start the hot lap. Obviously, we're in top gear, 6. Get over to the left-hand side. Only going to drop it down to 3rd here. A lot of people drop it down to 2nd, but if you're getting it right, you're keeping the revs up, the speed up, 3rd's fine. I'm going to briefly come up to 5th here, going into turn 3. Putting that corner, exiting wide. Yeah, and the brakes, down to 3rd. Holding it, the gas in. We're just trying to straighten the track up as much as possible here. Getting all of those apexes. Little dab on the brakes, cut the corner, leave it in 6th, over to left-hand side. It's a long trail off here into Oak, down to 2nd gear, cut the corner on them. Apex, exit wide. When you get that right, you feel so good. But this is where we can mess everything up every lap here in the race. So, I'm going to clip that on the left-hand side, drop it down to 3rd, get on the apex there. My rear wanted to play funny games, but I ignored it. Up to 5th, little dab on the brakes, down to 4th, use the slingshot, put it back round to the right. I did so many 147.0s that when I hit the 6, it'll pirouette to celebrate in the corner. And yeah, so that's it. Let's do the breakdown. Okay, let's try and charge through the breakdown lap because it is quite a long track. So our first braking marker is the 2 markers you see on the left-hand side there. So we get to the 2, get on to, almost full braking. I'm running 55% brake bias here, so do watch the right front locking or trying to lock up on you. So I'm wiping off all of this speed in a straight line, dropping it down to 5th. And now as I start looking to turn, I'm obviously going to trail off 4th, 3rd, and I start getting back on the gas as early as possible. So I'm just on sort of half gas here. I come through the apex, and now as I come off, I'm on full gas, trying to get it back round to the right-hand side. As we go through turn 2 here, I totally ignore this apex because I want a better entry into 3. So I ignore the apex at 2. I want to be nice and wide here. I'm in 5th gear, and then just basically as you come up to these the dark patch on the track, that's when I just dab the brakes, briefly up to about 45%, drop it down to 4th, and I'm just trying to nail this this turn here on turn 3. So once I'm straightening up, I can get it back up to 100%. You'll exit nice and wide. This is fine as long as you're not in the grass. Our next braking marker is basically the end of this additional track on the right-hand side. It then becomes grass. So as I get on there, I'm going to get up to, again, about 78%, something like that, and then trail it off, dropping it down into 3rd at the apex, getting onto full gas. Now, some of the laps, I was able to go 100% gas through this next right-hander. Here, I felt like I just needed to do a tiny little lift at the apex, but it didn't really hurt me. And now I got straight back up to 100%. And you're just holding it there through. You're hitting each apex. Make it short. Hitting those curves. And as I said before, we're just straightening up the car through here. So it's this dark patch ahead is where I'm just going to do a tiny little dab on the brakes. I'm going to do a big lift, and then I'm instantly going to get back up to 100% ahead of the corner. And as you can see there, I'm using the full amount of the rumble strip on the left-hand side. We get back over to the left-hand side, and our braking marker is between the 3 and the 2 here, and we're going to brake up to about 60%, and then we're just going to slowly trail off. So not doing anything too exciting. We're not jumping back on the accelerator at sort of mid-corner here. Just trying to get ourselves over to the left-hand side, dropping it down to second so that we can take a nice wide entry and get on the gas as early as possible. So this is the most important corner on the track here, because we're then just flat out all the way up to the roller coaster bit, turns 14 and 15. As you can see, trying to get back on the gas as early as possible. So as I go over that apex there, I'm on about 60%, just waiting until I can get back up to 100%. Exit nice and wide. Just trying to hold the car as straight as possible. So as we come up here, I prefer to brake a little bit lighter and a little bit earlier, but it's in between the 3 and the 2 on the right-hand side here. As you can see, actually just after the 2, after the 1, sorry, wow. When you're coming through here so fast, it's always the 3 and the 2 that I notice, but I actually get on the brake at the 1 marker. That's surprising to see. And I brake up to about 70%, make sure that I'm hitting this rumble strip here on the left-hand side to give me a better entry into 14A, trail it off, drop it down to 3rd gear. Again, I'm keeping the speed up, so I don't need to drop it down into 2nd, making sure that my right-hand tires are over the rumble strip. And as you can see there, I just had a slight bit of wobbling, but I kept my foot in it, just correcting that rear, was trying to step out. Up to 4th, over to the right-hand side. We're going to do turn in flat and then keeping it flat until we actually get to the apex, and then going to do a tiny little dab on the brakes here, drop it down to 4th, and now you're just using that slingshot, holding it over to the right-hand side. And now this bit's easy because we're just going in a straight line. There we have it. We've got the driving line version coming up next. Any questions, let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for your continued support and watching my videos. I've been Sambo iRacing, and I'll see you guys in the week.